Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AR Wrestling, the musical.
Musical.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AR Wrestling Podcast. We are your host, Ryan and Alex. What's poppin', Ryan?
What is up? Not too much. I am pretty freaking pumped for this week, man.
And ladies and gentlemen, we all know this was the go-home shows for Saturday night's main event, which, it really wasn't anything special in my eyes. Personally, I'm sorry. We just went over it on our review show. We'll have all those episodes up shortly. But I think with this week, I was definitely excited. I do have some news starting out. Logan Paul officially retired.
Logan freaking
He
Paul.
officially retired from in-ring wrestling, in-ring competition, because his words exactly, I'm a father, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't fully believe him.
You don't?
I do not. I think he's gonna come back at some point. I genuinely do. I think that it's too much of a payday and too much of a promotion for him not to do it, especially a Saudi Arabia show.
Especially the fact of the matter that he literally just signed the deal with Prime and WWE.
Yeah, like the fact that you're already done, like, nah, you're definitely just trying to hype up a comeback story for yourself at
Yeah,
some
for real.
point.
Him versus John Cena. Come on, give it to me.
On God, bro, I swear to
Take my
God,
money.
take my money. Swear to God, that's the money match.
Just a
That'll
money
be
maker.
insane. That'll break the internet, though.
I did have some other news this week, but I forgot. I definitely forgot it. So I think we will see what happens when time comes with Logan Paul. But we don't necessarily know this man. He's a wild card to say the least. We
Wow,
didn't think he was going
God.
to make his internet comeback. What does he do? He makes his internet comeback. We didn't think he was going to be champion in WWE. He became U.S. champion. So it's just a matter of time before we really sit down and look at it and really think what's going to happen with Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
So
What will happen?
I don't know about you, but I am ready to get into Monday Night Raw.
Oh yeah, I am definitely ready.
So to open the show, we have Seth freaking Rollins, Rhea Bloody Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez, and she's with Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, of course, and we see the New Day.
New Day.
But before I really get into this, I do want to point out that this coming segment with the New Day. It's kind of upsetting, almost,
Is it?
because they walk into the Alpha Academy. They're like, "Yo, what up, Otis? What's up, Tozawa?" No, no, no.
Nope.
They just walk away.
Mm-mm. Turn the backs and walk away.
It's unfortunate, but it's how it is. You decided to do what you did. You turned on E. You turned on everyone.
They turn
I said
on
it. They
E
turned
of
on
all
E.
people, bro.
I said it.
Damn.
I like this new heel. I like the Booker in me loves this heel New Day. The fan in me, New Day sucks.
New Day sucks.
That's how
New
I'm feeling about
Day
it.
sucks. They do. Right now they suck. Fuck the New Day. But yeah.
You know who doesn't suck?
Who?
The King General Gunther.
Gota.
We learned during his entrance that he's got 128 days of being champion under his belt. So he starts out, as everyone has seen, Finn Balor has made a grave mistake. But now he's got my attention. And I have a feeling Saturday night's main event will not end up like Survivor Series for him. And then we get Finn coming out with the Judgment Day, and Finn goes, "Let's be real. You wanted to mess with me and give it to someone, you wanted to mess with me and give it to someone who didn't deserve it, like Dirty Dom." I was like, "Oh wow, he's throwing
Like
shots,
Dirty Dom.
shots, everybody." All right, don't copyright us. And so Finn goes, "Let's be real. I'm the only reason Gunther, you are champion right now. And Saturday Night's main event is going to be nothing like Survivor Series. At Survivor Series, you retain the title because you retain the title because of me. At Saturday Night's main event, you're going to lose the title because of me. And after 8 long years, I'm going to walk out as world champion. And Gunther fires back. He goes, "You didn't earn your World Heavyweight Championship match on Saturday. Matter of fact, I get it. You're frustrated, and I acknowledge that you helped me out at SummerSlam, or your SummerSlam win against Seth Rollins." And Gunther, he actually looked up to Finn. He respected Finn. But all that faded, not because of Gunther, but because Finn is being a scumbag with the Judgment Day. He chose to play second fiddle to Damian Priest. And so here we are. No respect left. Gunther is literally and figuratively looking down on Finn. 8 years ago, you were the best in the world for one night. And I am the greatest now and for thousands of days to come. The World Heavyweight Championship proves it. And there's one reason Finn won't walk out champion on Saturday. And it's because Finn was never on Gunther's level and he never will be. The Judgment Day goes up to get on the apron, but Damian Priest comes out, manhandles the Judgment Day. Damian throws Finn in the ring. Him and Gunther trade shots. And then Gunther clotheslines Damian, steps on his arm, and Gunther clears off the announce table. Finn sling blades Gunther, and then drop kicks Gunther into the steel steps. And Finn throws Damian in the ring. Finn coup de grace Gunther off the apron. And Damian ends up making short work of the Judgment Day as Finn is kicking Gunther's ass outside the ring. And Judgment Day plays numbers game on Damian, and Finn hits a coup de grace on Damian not once, not twice, but 3 times. And Finn closes out the opening promo holding the World Heavyweight Championship and the World Tag Team Championship. And so I would like to point this out to everyone. If this show would have came out before our pre-show, and not realizing what our time frame was for Saturday night's main event, I was watching Monday Night Raw going Finn versus Damian versus Gunther at Saturday night's main event. And then we learned Jesse the Body Ventura will be at Saturday night's main event. But then we also see the Judgment Day celebrating backstage what just happened. This again, all tying into Saturday night's main event. Pierce walks in. He goes, "The World Heavyweight Championship match has changed." And my prediction when I wrote this down, we learned Finn Balor versus Gunther versus Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. Finn's pissed, but he says he's fine. He says fine because it will be more satisfying when he becomes a World Heavyweight Championship to have that win over Damian and Gunther. But Pierce announces his other title match for next week Monday. What is it? It is a World Tag Team Championship match against the War Raiders. And if I'm not mistaken, Judgment Day is banned from ringside. So, Liv looks at Finn and asking for his advice for her and Raquel for their matches tonight, because he's the leader and she wants to win. I was like, oh.
She talking shit.
She's talking some mad shit. And so, oh God, dude. What do we think about this? What do we think about the Judgment Day now? Then what do we think? Or what do we think? I don't know. What do we think? If we would have known this before Saturday night's main event, they wouldn't announce it till Saturday night's main event. What would you have think, or what would you have thought?
I was pretty excited when they announced it. Like when they said it's a triple threat match. Like my thoughts didn't instantly go like, "Oh my God, Gunther can lose the title now because he can't get pinned." It's more or less just like, "Oh, like Damian and Finn are gonna rip each other apart now." Like now we're gonna continue that feud and engulf it in the World Championship, which I don't think is a bad move. I am pretty interested to see in. I like Liv's little dig at Finn Balor there, where she's just like, "We just want to listen to Finn so that we can win," And
That's
it's
what I'm
just like,
saying.
oh my God, like
Oh,
I'm
oh,
wondering if the Judgment Day may split up into. I've heard people say like Judgment Day and Judgment Day Wolfpack type thing, like how the
please,
NWO did it.
God, please don't, dude.
And you could have Liv, Raquel, and Dominic on one side, kind of feuding, but not really because it's two women and Dominic, so they can't really feud in ring sense. But with Carlito, um,
Finn and
JD, and
JD.
Finn, hmm
Interesting.
or like
Honestly, if
Finn.
we were running it like that way, I could see Carlito following Dominic just because him and Dom had that history with Ray. And, Carlito's been around Dominic his entire life. So I could see it.
Yeah, I could see
Either
that
way,
too.
I could definitely see it 100%.
hmm
So, what do we think about Liv, though, and Raquel? Do we think they split up? Do we think
I think
that
they stay
Raquel
together. I
gets in
like
the
them
world title
together.
scene, say Rhea beats Liv? Or do we think Raquel screws Liv at some point?
I feel like Raquel accidentally screws Liv at some point, and then that'll lead to them feuding, maybe, because Liv just gets pissed off about it. Maybe we try to turn Raquel Rodriguez face. I kind of like Rodriguez as a heel, like as this dominant heel figure on the roster. I also like her with Liv Morgan as a pairing too, personally.
Hmm. I think it's done better. I think it's done good for her.
hmm Like there'll be a chance for her for them to turn her into a single star at some point, but I think that for right now, I really like her with Liv as is.
I do too. So, tag rip. Anyways,
hmm
after this though, we get into our what I was really upset about.
Oh, me too.
I just had to accept it. Our 8-man tag match, the Final Testament with The Miz versus the Wyatt Six, and we learn Colton Hevelo is ringside. He's a pro. I think it's what the tag said. Pro PBR bull rider. And so Final Testament they make their entrance, but when the White Six make theirs, when the lights go out, Miz and AOP they're looking around. Cross is looking down at the ring or down at the ramp, look at the entranceway, arms crossed, ready for the fight. And so basically, kind of to start the match, the Y6 rush into the ring. Miz stays outside in the beginning, and Miz ends up saving Cross from his sister Abigail. But then throughout the match, Loomis ends up sending Gacy into Authors of Pain, and Loomis basically bowling ball jumps onto them. And then Cross ends up getting sent to the outside as Hallie goes for a suicide dive. Scarlett stops him. And then this is where Nikki Cross comes out and attacks Scarlett. And as Howdy goes for his sister Abigail, Miz stops it and then ends up receiving a mandible claw. And then we see the return of Paul Ellering. He throws some sort of like white powder dust into Howdy's face. And Cross ends up hitting the final prayer for the win. What do we think?
I was freaking dumbfounded by it, man. Like the fact that it went on first, the fact that Paul Ellering comes out, and the fact they lost.
I was okay with them
Like
losing. This only builds the story
really,
more.
it does build the story more. I do agree with that. But like the fact that they lost in this, the fact that they freaking went on first, I definitely agree with your point where they should have been the main event because it's
I
the
would.
Wyatt
I'm
Six.
okay with them losing, regardless, wherever they're at on the card. I think it's a
hmm
good idea to continue this story because it is this story's gotten some praise from just not even doing research, just watching the fans in this. So
Yeah, I really like Karen Cross recently.
I think this is oof because we already have one match for Raw on Netflix. Why not make another match? Why not make this the co-main event? Because I think we already know the main event. We learned it on SmackDown.
Oh
Why not make
yeah, I
this the
did.
co-main event on Raw when Raw goes Netflix?
I would like that a lot. And I would turn into a tornado tag and include the women now.
Make it into like a street fight or something. Not
Yeah.
even make it into like a
And then just as Paul Ellering is about to cost the Wyatts the match again, who comes out to stop him? Alexa Bliss.
What? Explain. I need a.
She's Sister Abigail, or she's had those ties to Bray this entire time as like Dark Alexa Bliss with the Lily doll and everything like that. You can have her come out there, maybe save the Wyatts in the last moment, but then still have her try to reject the idea of joining them again. Like my whole thing is like I would have Alexa show up and like she knows that like for the greater good, quote unquote, she has to stop the Final Testament and save the Wyatts because that's her, I guess, family at the end of the day. But then she doesn't really want to join the Wyatt Six. She wants to go and be Alexa Bliss to do her own thing and stuff like that. But the Wyatts won't let her. And so Nikki Cross and her kind of go through this whole feud of where Nikki's trying to bring her back to the family and Alexa's trying to reject it all.
I got you.
But I'm more so
Apologies.
keen on the idea of her. The follow up is way less thought out than just Alexa Bliss shows up to equal out Paul Ellering.
Yeah, I definitely will say. Damn, apologize. I think in the end of this, all the Y6 do stand tall, but I'm trying to figure out a match stipulation for them in the Final Testament because I wanted to have a match stipulation.
Firefly Funhouse.
How do you do that though?
I have no
Because
clue. I have no
no,
idea.
I like that idea. I thought about that when I sat there, thought about it as well. I was like, we've only seen the Firefly Funhouse when the lights have been off. Everything's been run down. Nothing has been the same since then. So why not? Shit, I don't know. Like, why not put a stipulation on it to end this all? Like, I mean, what do we have with American Made? Wasn't it like a street fight?
Yeah, it was a street fight.
Man, do a buried alive match.
Oh my god!
Howdy versus
Hulk Howdy versus
Cross.
Cross. Yeah! I
That'd be
do want to
interesting.
see that match though. I do want to see Howdy
That
versus Cross.
I do too. It doesn't have to have a stipulation. I just want to see it. I
Because like
think
I
buried
said, I
alive would
really
be
like Karrion
crazy.
Cross. Barrier Cross is freaking insane.
I've never been a fan of Karrion Cross up until recently, just because I've never been able to like grasp onto his character. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Neither have I. I haven't been able to grasp onto any of his characters until this most recent one that he's made, where he's kind of this whole, oh my gosh, dude, I saw a pitch online where the New Day, bro, who was the first person to initiate the New Day heel turn? It was Karrion Cross. So
Yeah,
I need an interaction where and like he even Cross tweeted out something like it's a new day, yes it is, or something like that, or like
it's a new day, and it was that timer.
yeah, bro. And so I just need an on-screen interaction where is just like walking past them and he just like pats Woods on the shoulder or something like that. Like he's the one that started this whole thing.
That's true. I like that. I do like that.
hmm
Mm.
But yeah, yeah.
Where's Big E coming to play though?
Royal Rumble probably if he's able to
That's
come back.
that's where I still think he's leading us on. I think we see more. I think he's telling us less than what we see.
I hope so. I hope you're right about that.
Honestly, me too. I really hope that he um is able to compete again at least before he officially hits that retire.
Yeah.
I don't want him to retire. Like that's Big E. Can you feel the
The
power? And
power.
clap for your 11th time tag team champions.
Champions. New Day
Day
Rocks.
rocks.
New
New
Day
Day
Rocks.
rocks. God. Anyways, we can't keep going on these tangents. We get Jackie Redmond with CM Punk. That was my fault for that tangent.
Oh,
She
that's fine.
asks CM Punk about the favor, and Punk's like, it's more of a personal thing. But Redmond brings up Rollins having his sights set on Punk, and Punk's like, well, we all know he won't back down from a fight. And But Rollins' hatred confuses Punk. I'm sitting here thinking, you dumb. I understand where it's at. He was a 16-year-old Seth Rollins went to Punk to train him for free. And Punk even remembers a time when Rollins was a top 10 people to be fired.
Ooh.
And he said he shielded Rollins from being fired and gives Rollins his flowers. And everything that Rollins has done, Punk's done better. And in Punk's absence, Rollins did his part, really. But says, you got to let the starter start and let the second string and the back. Damn. I did like the line, though. He shielded Rollins. I like that.
Yeah, he shielded Rollins. And I really do think that there is a layer of bad blood between these two, legitimately.
There is.
And it's bleeding through onto the TV, and it's
we all know
damn
about it.
It's
it was
amazing.
That Colt Cabana podcast.
That Colt Cabana podcast. Seth called him a cancer in an interview.
That was literally months before his return. That was
was
August or September of 2023.
It was insane. And
because that was when the rumors were starting, and that's when he got asked, "Stay away. You're a cancer.
You're a cancer." And there's rumors that this match could take place on the first Raw on Netflix as well. And
really?
I'm not totally against them doing a series actually on the road to WrestleMania. That is Seth versus Punk. That ends at Mania, perhaps.
I do, yeah. Ooh. You know who gets involved?
Who?
Drew.
Maybe.
Why not?
I kind of want to keep Drew and Punk apart now. We've settled. We haven't settled.
We settled the beef, to a degree.
To a degree. I mean, Punk beat him inside of Hell in a Cell. It's a 2-1 score. They've had 3 matches, 2 stipulations. I mean, 3 if you want to count special guest referee as one. But
is that a stipulation?
I don't know. But yeah, I would say Punk and Drew are done for a little bit, and you definitely can loop Drew in there. I would do it after Mania though, if you're going to. And for the road to Mania, I would keep them separate and just doing their own big programs because I want Drew and Barrett.
Dude, that would be so good.
Drew versus Barrett would be awesome.
If Barrett came back, I think he would be my automatic favorite. I really liked Wade Barrett when he first came. Or when he was not when he first came, when he was Bad News Barrett. That's when I really fucked with Wade Barrett.
I'm afraid I got some bad news.
Oh, I'm excited.
Me too.
I'm excited for this Raw because I'm pretty sure when Raw goes to Netflix, that is the finals for the Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament.
It is. It is.
I'm excited.
I'm not excited about the rumors that are coming out about the tournament, about the rumored winner. If Natalya wins this thing,
she doesn't. No, I don't even like. What does Natalya need? What does Natalya get out of this? Realistically, what does she get out of this?
I don't know. I just hope that she doesn't actually win it.
Because here's my thing. I'm not mad she's in the tournament. Fill the bracket.
Yeah, she deserves a spot in there. She doesn't deserve the win.
Right. She definitely deserves a spot. Does not deserve the win. What does she get out of this?
Nothing.
Has she held the world title? No. If you count the Divas title.
Not since they converted it from the Divas title to the world title. I don't think she's ever held it.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about Natalya being in it.
I am very much on the fence
for winning it.
I'm all the way fence.
I'm on the other side, bro. I am that rival on the back. I'm that dickhead neighbor that nobody likes. So, I think, yeah. But we'll get into Dakota Kai in a minute because we got her match coming up. But we see a replay of Liv. We see a replay of the highlights from Liv and Raquel versus Damage Control last week. After the match, Rhea comes out and Raquel ends up sending her into the announce desk. I first. That shit was crazy.
That was crazy. I first.
So, but this leads into her match with Dakota Kai. They trade back and forth a little bit. Kai ends up on the outside down, hits her face on the steel steps. And of course, Pure Fusion Collective come out, stand ringside. Liv goes for the three amigos, but Kai's able to get a decent amount of offense in before she gets distracted by PFC. The girlfriend. The girlfriend is called.
Oh,
Um,
the girlfriend.
but
Kaylee, what up?
but Kai does this nice little scorpion kick to Liv. I don't know if you saw it, but
Oh
um,
yeah, I think I remember it.
Dakota ends up taking Baszler and Stark out, but Liv takes advantage of this, jumps off the ropes, which Kai ends up turning into or Dakota Kai turns into a power bomb. But as she is going to go for it, or for her finisher, Kai gets distracted again, and Liv is able to hit the Oblivion for the win. And after the match, this feud just continues. PFC attack Dakota Kai. Damage Control comes to the save. Kyrie crossbodies PFC, taking them all out. Liv gives EO an Oblivion, and Liv ends up standing tall with the Women's World Championship.
And the feud between Damage Control and PFC. I really thought that was going to be the War Games match this year.
That would have been amazing, honestly.
Yeah, at least that's what I thought it was going to be. Definitely was wrong about it. Um, I want to see if Dakota doesn't. God, she should though. Doesn't win the Intercontinental Championship tournament. I feel like she just should be put immediately in a title contention for Liv's title. Or Rhea, or if Rhea takes it off of her the Raw on Netflix, like we've talked about a little bit, then I feel like Dakota should be put in contention for that title.
Yeah. Uh, mm,
We like Dakota here. We are Dakota fans.
we are Dakota fans. I kind of want. I definitely. Like you said earlier with Liv and Rhea, this has definitely run its course. Give Io the title back. Fuck it.
Oh
Io was a decent
yeah,
champion.
yeah.
Yeah. Or
I'd love Rio as champ again at some point.
or
Sure.
honestly, kind of like a Nia Jax take. Do Raquel Rodriguez.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Raquel's not even a bad pick to win Queen of the Ring next year.
No,
Sorry for the yawn, but I think she's a good shot for it. Honestly.
I do too. So, but after this leads us into Drew McIntyre saying that Hell in a Cell was his most violent match in his career. He suffered
Oh,
significant
that was
blood
the best
loss,
one too.
but the Scottish Warrior isn't a given name, it's an earned name. And 2024 should have been an earned year for Drew McIntyre, yet he kept getting screwed. He started to think, what if he was wrong and everyone was right? And then he watched War Games with CM Punk and Roman Reigns in the same team, the Usos and Sami Zayn tagging with them. They all sold out for nothing. So that's when he knew he had to come back. That's when he knew he had to take out Sammy. That's when he knew he had to take out Jay. And that's when he knew he had to change the future.
Drew McIntyre. He's a very angry man. Very angry
Drew
man. I do love Drew McIntyre though. Arguably my favorite wrestler of the year, under Gunther.
under Gunther.
Under Gunther.
That's a
Gunther's the man.
that's
Gunther's my
valid.
man. That's just such a personal pick. Gunther, I freaking love Gunther.
Gunther. I definitely say he'd definitely be a right below Dominic Mysterio on top 30 under 30 if he was under 30.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Dominic is just another level.
Dominic's amazing.
So after this, we learned Jay Uso is not medically cleared to be at Monday Night Raw. And so this obviously, this leads us into Seth freaking Rollins walking backstage to Gorilla before we go to commercial. When we come back from commercial, replay of the New Day 10-year anniversary promo, which we see Adam Pearce walk out of his office with our current WWE champion, Cody Cody
Cody
Rhodes.
Rhodes,
Cody
Cody
Rhodes.
Rhodes,
Cody
Cody
Rhodes.
Rhodes,
Cody
Cody
Rhodes.
Rhodes.
And the New Day walk in, and as Cody's leaving, he looks at the both of them. He goes, "You should be ashamed of yourselves." And he walks off.
Ooh.
In which we get the visionary, the revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins coming out.
Right.
He welcomes us to Monday Night Rollins. As always, we know, like I just said, he is a visionary. He is a revolutionary. He is Seth freaking Rollins. But he says he has to give it up for Punk. You know, when your days are done in the ring, Punk can be a politician. But what we saw earlier was masterclass in how to spin the truth. It says Punk has been doing this his entire life. He's a fraud. He's a con man. The truth about him and Punk, really, Rollins went to Punk. He looked up to Punk. He did idolize Punk. 100%. That was the truth. Punk helped Rollins get his foot in the door, but him and Punk were friends at that time. So why does Rollins hate Punk so much? The part Punk left out is the reason why. Rollins called and texted Punk after he left, but Rollins got ghosted. So it wasn't him, but it was everyone else too. So if your priorities didn't align with Team CM Punk, you know, it was raps. But all Punk tried to do the past 10 years was burn the company down. And when he came back, he only came back because he burned every bridge he had and the money was right, realistically. I mean, he did say in his promo when he came back, he's not here to make friends. He's here to make money. So we
Damn
get CM Punk chance
straight,
raining
Punk.
down. And once upon a time, Rollins used to respect Punk. But somewhere along the lines, he's seen he was a fraud. Everything Punk did, Rollins already did it twice. Says the one thing Punk didn't do was main event WrestleMania.
Ooh, that
Which,
that one had to sting him. That had to sting Punk a little bit when he heard that.
yeah, dude, my dog just got thrown in my room. My little brother walks in with a dog, goes, "Here's your dog," accidentally drops her, and she comes up to me like, "What's up? What were you causing chaos out there?" You know what? We gotta get
Being a
back on the podcast.
menace.
I'll talk to her in a minute. So we get Sammy, ooh, so coming out, and Sammy chants rain down, and Rollins goes, "If you're out here to defend Punk again, then we fighting again." Sammy's like, "Look, last week we were both angry, we both said some stuff, but it was wrong of me to assume that you were the one to drop Jay, and I'm sorry for accusing you." Rollins fires back. He goes, "I'm happy you said that, man. Their kids play together, bro. Like we're this close. Why did you think it was me?" And Sammy goes, he fires back. He goes, "You know, you weren't you last week. You were talking like the person who points the finger at everyone. You sounded less like Seth Rollins and more like Drew McIntyre." And Seth goes, "I'm not Drew." Sammy goes, "Yeah, you're a better person than he is. Thing is, between Punk and you, it gets the best of you. Maybe Sammy shouldn't have been involved. So from here on out, it's Rollins' business." Which I don't understand why Sammy was even in his business to begin with. So
Agreed.
Seth appreciates Sammy and says, or asks if they're good. You know, we get hug it out chance, and Seth confirms they're good. And he goes, "Seems like you got business with Drew you need to handle." And Rollins leaves. And right before we cut this, Sammy says that's good advice, but he isn't going to run it back like he's done it before. Sammy's going to end this as quickly as it started. He already talked to Pierce. Saturday night's main event: Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn. Hell yeah! And as Sammy leaves, Drew blindsides him.
Absolutely wrecks this man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins promos together because you can tell that they're just like it feels like they're just speaking straight from the heart with that.
Oh my god, it is.
Like Seth's just like, how could you accuse me of that? Attacking Jay Uso of all people. Yeet.
Yeet. Yeet. Okay.
Yeet.
And then after this, though, we get our another number one contenders for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, which had my second pick in it if she wouldn't have lost. But it was Zelina Vega versus Ivy Nile versus Lyra Valkyria. And throughout the match, Lyra drop kicks Vega and Nile through the ropes. Nile puts Valkyria in an armbar. There's a lot of pin trades here. But Vega swanton bombs on Nile and Valkyria, but Nile Later on, catches her off the ropes and does a in double German suplexes of Valkyria and Vega. Vega gives Nyla code red, but Valkyria hits the Nightwing for the win. My second pick was Ivy, but I'm not mad that Lyra is in here now because I think now she's my second pick.
Lyra was my second pick from the beginning, and I'm super excited. At least now I think her and Dakota are on separate sides of the bracket too.
They are.
So there's a good chance that one or both of them goes to those finals, and I'm hoping so.
I'd be okay with that,
I'm
honestly.
hoping it is Dakota versus Lyra in the finals, if anything. Those are the two that deserve it the most left in the tournament now that I said.
Yeah, but our rumors.
I'm. Those are rumors. Those are rumors
I don't want to believe
only,
them.
and I do not want to speak them into existence. So from now on, I'm speaking Dakota Kai's victory into existence.
We're manifesting this.
Let's go, Dakota Kai. It is time for her to get her due.
Yeah, she's paid her dues. She deserves this.
Mm-hmm.
In all actuality,
She deserves it. She deserves it.
Agreed statement. So with Valkyria getting this win, I think this. I mean, it helps propel her. I mean, she's been in. Look, Lyra's not been forgotten about. Let's point this out. Lyra's been in some big matches. King and Queen of the Ring. She's been in this tournament. She was in, again, King and Queen of the Ring, that tournament. She was even in the finals. She was runner up.
Mm-hmm.
What else has she done this year? I know there's a few other things she's done. I'm pretty sure she got called up.
She was one of the first draft picks for Raw.
I think she was Raw's first NXT pick. I want to say. I don't know. So I think overall, with Lyra winning, I think it does good for her. I mean, she's still young, so I think this will do good for her in terms of the long run. I don't know if her losing will do good in the short term.
I found it very interesting people booking the idea of Lyra Valkyria winning this tournament and then going on to feud with Becky Lynch, her sort of like mentor figure for the IC title once Becky potentially returns.
Yeah, I remember. When was this?
Because Lyra's the one that beat Becky for the NXT title last year, right?
Yeah. That's what it was. I remember because I had talked to. I think I talked to you about it actually.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think now we see. Wait, what is this? Oh, okay. I'm curious. I want to know who. Where was she? She was not first round. She was not in the first pick.
Damn.
She was on the first NXT pick. It was Kiana James. We haven't seen her.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah, the first NXT pick was Kiana James, and then it was Mello, and then
Hello.
Cedric Alexander and Shanta the
Hello.
Adonis. We haven't seen it, and then Baron Corbin.
Aw, rip. He's not dead, but rip.
For real, Lyra Valkyria was day 2, and she came in. She came late.
Wow.
Yeah, she came late. She was day 2.
Interesting.
Came late. Oh well. So after this, though, Rhea Ripley is seen warming up backstage. Damian walks in, says "Eradicate." Then we move into Jey Uso and Sami Zayn being at the Big 12 Championship game. After I remember who I literally was like I kept this in mind all week and forgot. After it was who won it? Damn it! I don't remember who won this game. Oh, I think it was Arizona State who won the game. So congrats to them. But after this, we see Kathy Kelly with the New Day, and she asked, "What was the intention of berating Big E?" And Kobe was like, "Aren't you supposed to be neutral?" And Xavier says, "This isn't an unbiased interview." And Xavier demands a camera. He has Stu's camera. Do you know who Stu is?
Stu, John Cena's best friend.
Exactly. He's John Cena's camera friend. It follows Kingston through a gorilla, and the crowd boos the New Day. And the New Day sucks chants, and Xavier sets the camera down on the ring steps and goes, "What did we do?" And Kofi and Xavier look confused. Kofi's like, "Nah, nah, 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 nah. You mean to tell me, dude? I have not seen. I swear this beats Dominic Heat, and I thought you couldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
They were getting like Dominic levels of heat
Oh, for real,
after the
for real.
10 years of positivity. You mean to tell me you're this mad over one day?" Xavier goes, "We came out here and they get booed. Like I said, they're getting Dominic style heat. We want Big E chance. We get New Day sucks chance." Xavier says they didn't do anything. Kofi goes, "We could have taken a chair to E's back. We could have taken a sledgehammer to the back of E's head." And
Damn.
I see, dude, I don't know if you noticed this, but the camera panned out for a second. We see Lillian Garcia getting into it with the crowd as well, berating the New Day. And we get Big E chance raining
Damn.
down. And Xavier goes, "You know what? We were going to try." Does not even get a chance to. They both throw the mics and leave. And as the crowd cheers as they leave. And as they leave, they both try to claim they did not do anything.
I mean, in a sense, they didn't.
Ryan, why are you on the team bad guys? You have a repeating theme this week. What the hell?
No, no, fuck these two. They're a bunch of douchebags. Um, I agree, but I do get the angle that they're trying to shoot it from, where it's like, we didn't even touch him. Why are you guys mad? It's like, fuck you. You know what you did wrong.
They know exactly what they did wrong.
They know what they did wrong, but not
So
in their eyes, apparently.
I
Man,
don't know. We get after this though. We get our Saturday night main events graphics for the World Heavyweight Championship, Sammy versus Drew, Women's World Championship, the finals of the Women's U.S. Championship, and we see the WWE Championship as well. And then this moves us into our main event, the Anything Goes match. Rhea Bloody Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez.
mommy.
And they fight throughout the crowd to start. And Rhea hits Raquel with a kendo stick to open the match, though, because as soon as they fought through the crowd, Raquel didn't even get in the ring. So Rhea, again, like I said, hits Raquel with the kendo stick. Raquel chucks Rhea over the announce table, which I thought was crazy. And Rhea makes Raquel faceplant onto a chair, though. And Liv ends up coming out, though. And Rhea throws her into the ring. And then after this, Rhea goes for Riptide, but Liv jumps on her back, stopping the Riptide onto Raquel. Liv hits an Oblivion on Rhea. Io comes to the save. Rhea sends Raquel to the corner. And then Rhea is able to hit the Riptide through a table for the win onto Raquel Rodriguez. And we see Rhea and Io holding the Women's World Championship and stare off to end the Raw. What do we think, Ryan?
I'm thinking that this is my Mania match.
I really thought this was going to be after Saturday night's main event.
Really.
Yep. I
I
thought this was going to
am.
be our match for Raw.
That'd be cool. But for me, it's like I really want Rhea to beat Liv on this Raw on Netflix, like we've been talking about, and then Royal Rumble win goes to either Io Sky, and then she can challenge Rhea Ripley for the title, and then we get that Mania match, which I think will be an absolute banger.
Banger.
Or if you want to go a little more fantasy booking, which is what I want to do, I would have Asuka return, win the Rumble, and gun for Rhea Ripley.
Ooh.
Mm.
Mm.
Hmm. How about Asuka? I would want her give Asuka the accolade of becoming the first woman to win 2 Royal Rumbles, and then she can gun for Rhea Ripley wins. She retains her title, and then you have a story building where in consecutive manias she's beaten Charlotte, she's beaten Becky, and she's beaten Asuka. That's the old guard of women's main eventers, if you want to say that. The original founders of the women's revolution. And Rhea can say that she's just steamrolling through all of them. Eventually, she can beat Bailey too, if you want to do that. and then she can come face to face with Bianca or someone like that of like this current generation to be the one to stop Rhea's reign of dominance.
Yeah.
Or Jade Cargill. Oh,
Jade Cargill would be crazy.
but kind of my thoughts on it.
I definitely like
What's your thoughts on Rhea versus Io being an idea now?
Why not just do it? I don't care. It doesn't even need a title. Just give me the match.
Just do it.
Give me the title.
I agree. I agree. Oh, you don't need to have a killer women's program or a killer match, and you don't. It doesn't have to have the title. You know what I mean? You can
Yeah,
just have like really cool women's programs and matches that don't have the title.
I agree. But we can't get what we all want, unfortunately.
Hmm.
So
But yeah,
that's all I got for Raw.
alrighty. Then that is going to move us straight to SmackDown, where we open the show with all the competitors for the United States Championship Tournament walking in along with the Bloodline and LA Knight, who's beefing with the Bloodline again, and our
Yeah.
WWE, yeah, our WWE Undisputed Champion, Cody Rhodes,
Cut it!
Cody
Cut it, Rhodes!
Rhodes, Cody
Cut it,
Rhodes,
Rhodes! Cut it! Cut it,
Cody
Rhodes!
Rhodes. But he doesn't open the show. What we do open the show with is ooh, so it's not Jay, it's Big Jim.
Big Jim.
Big Jim limps out with a crutch on his side. The crowd starts yeeting at him, and first thing he says is, "That's the wrong twin, by the way." But let's get into it because War Games was lit. War Games. It didn't get Big Jim, but it did get his big toe. R.I.P. to Big Toe.
R.I.P. to Big Toe.
Jim just starts rambling about how family is together and how like literally just starts rambling about how he's been fighting alongside family inside war games, been fighting with family inside of war games, but it's all okay because the OG bloodline came out on top inside of war games no matter what. But what's next? That's the real question that everyone's asking for Big Jim. And he watched his family succeed since he was little. You know, it's kind of a little bit of a reference to maybe The Rock, Rikishi, Umaga, all of his family members of the past, maybe his great uncles, the Wild Samoans. He watched his family succeed since he was little. Hell, even now in the modern day, he watched Roman become the most dominant champion of the current day. He's proud of Jay for becoming the biggest star in WWE right now, arguably. Yeet!
Yeet.
Hell, he's even proud of Solo. You may not like him, but he's proud of his little bro. So
Man.
what are you gonna do, Big Jim? It's what everyone's asking. The answer to that, maybe it's a Royal Rumble win. Maybe it's a U.S. title win. Hell, you may as well aim for the WWE Championship. And I'm not against a Jimmy Uso singles run now.
I'm not either.
Don't try to mirror Jay's run. Obviously, try to have Jimmy do his own thing. I'm not against it. Let's see what Jimmy can do now.
So Big Jim could do after his big toe heals.
Right? Nobody else is here, but Jimmy's here with only one big toe. This is a new year, and it is here for Jimmy. Oh, so turns around and his head gets taken off by Drew McIntyre. Hell yeah! Continues to beat the shit out of this dude. What was it?
My favorite part about this segment wasn't even with the wrestlers themselves. It was with my girlfriend. I got her to yeet for the first time.
Oh, yeet!
Yeet.
Let's go.
She always tells me, "You look so goofy in that. You look so goofy in your SummerSlam outfit." You know what? Yeet.
Yeet. Oh my gosh, but this was freaking amazing. So now Drew McIntyre's just gunning for the whole bloodline, I guess.
God, he is.
Like I'm not totally against it, especially with this this like transfer window that's opening up now with the move to Netflix.
Agreed.
I kind of want Drew to go to SmackDown now. You
You
could,
want Drew on SmackDown?
yeah, because you're gonna have Roman. You have to have stars on SmackDown. You can't just load SmackDown up with all of your mid carders. Like you have to have some of your big stars on SmackDown, and I would say Drew is a really good candidate to throw on SmackDown as one of your top guys.
All right. So here's my thing. Hear me out. So we trade for Roman and Cody. Who does Raw lose for Roman and Cody?
Drew and Gunther.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Turn the shows back to what they were originally. Raw is your big stars, your big angles, your sports entertainment at its finest, and SmackDown is where you showcase your best wrestlers.
Okay. I see. I
Like
see where you're
the
cooking.
original, like when the original SmackDown 6 were there, when Kurt Angle, Shawn Michael, everyone like down on
Yeah.
Undertaker was running that shit down there in SmackDown in the Ruthless Aggression era. Bob
The American
Batista was doing
Badass,
it. Hmm?
Deacon Batista.
Deacon Batista, John Cena, JBL. I'm pretty sure was on SmackDown too back then.
Eddie
Rey
Guerrero.
Mysterio. Yeah, I don't see why we can't load SmackDown up. I mean, hell, if anything, you're kind of teasing it with Chad Gable move in there as one of your workhorse guys to do it. All of American made.
Dude, hear me out. Gable needs a title run, like
He
a
does.
world title run.
He does. Agreed. 1000%. He can be. I don't want to try to draw the comparison because I feel like it's just like drawing a line under what Gable can be, and he can be so much more. But the second incarnation of your Kurt Angle spot on the roster, like he can fill that
Exactly.
void sort of in his own way. He can make it his own.
Exactly. Bro, my dog looks like a crackhead right now. Kind of disturbing.
Mine's just staring out the window right now. Liberty.
I'll open the window for mine.
But then
She must think
after
it's
this,
cool.
we do go backstage because it's Tiffy time.
All the
And she's
time.
backstage walking around. She's dressed as a Christmas present because
Merry
tis the
Christmas.
season. Oh, hell yeah. She's backstage getting ready for her match. Candice and Nia walk in and they kind of hype her up. And they both just seem fake as fuck about all of this. They're just like, oh, you got this. Oh, you're going to do so good.
They knew
Like,
she was losing.
I'm calling cap on all that. Like, they don't. Stop. Stop wishing for Tiffy's downfall, y'all.
Stop the cap.
And then we cut to Nick Aldis yelling at Drew McIntyre about him being here only supposedly for a meeting. Like I said, maybe it's about the transfer window and him going to SmackDown now. And he tells Drew to go into his office as Bianca and Naomi walk up, and Drew gives him a little mocking salute and just goes in there basically to
That
pout in
was
the
funny as
corner.
fuck.
That was so fun. Drew McIntyre, bro, is so good at the little character things like that.
He's a comedian, dude. If he
Should be.
retires, he needs to become a comedian.
Oh, God. He says that the investigation, though, on Jade is still ongoing. They haven't found out anything at all. Nick says that Bianca is going to have to vacate her tag titles as a result of all this because she ain't got no partner, can't defend them. Naomi, though, wants to step up to become Bianca's new partner, and Nick says he needs to talk to management about all of this because, I mean, apparently it can't just be done, even though Bianca said, like, why? I mean, it's been done before. Like, there should be no problem with all this. And so Nick says that he can do it, but they need to defend the titles next week. And I mean, why can't the Judgment Day defend them as often as that if they have to defend them next week? But nonetheless, um, I think
Judgment
it's
Day
very
are defending
convenient.
them on Monday. We just talked about this.
Yeah, for the third time.
That's true. I'll give you that.
And I find it very convenient that Jade is out and now Naomi has a title now.
I texted my dad so fast. I was like, dude, I don't care how many times I've said this. I know I've said this week after week, but this is now like I'm solidifying this more and more.
Hmm. And here's the thing. I think Bianca put her up to it now.
Talk to me.
I think Bianca's the mastermind. She didn't do it, but she told Naomi, like, hey, sis, this Jade is getting a little too big for her britches, like, let's take her out.
Let's take her out.
Let's take her out. Like, she's getting too arrogant, getting too big for her britches. She thinks that she can walk in here and be acting like the new EST when Bianca's the EST. And so she's like, it can't be me because, stupid wrestling reasons. So,
Stupid wrestling reasons.
you know why it was Naomi? You know why it was Naomi?
Why?
Because her father-in-law is Rikishi. I did it for Bianca.
I did it for the people. I did it. I did it. I did it. Nobody gives a fuck what you think. You thought I wear fatty? God, dude, that
Oh
was a
man,
fire promo.
for real. Well, yeah, that's kind of my whole train of thought. Is like could be how we build to Bianca versus Jade at Mania, but then we can fill in the gaps and do Naomi versus Jade on the road to Mania if she returns for the Rumble, which is what I have predicted.
I think she returns for Rumble as well, honestly.
hmm Like you can even do a
So,
thing where like Jade walks in there, she immediately knows it was Naomi, so Naomi can just have this look of like, oh shit, it's Jade. Like she's coming for me. Jade can immediately gun for Naomi. She misses Naomi. Naomi hides behind Bianca, who lifts Jade up and immediately eliminates her. And that's your reveal.
ooh, okay, 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 okay. Dude, I got a new hat. Did I ever send this new hat to you?
Mm-mm.
I forgot. Just to completely not to get off topic. Kind of staying in the Fatu area. My mom woke me up the weekend, the weekend before Thanksgiving, and decided it was a great idea to wake me up at 7 a.m. to give me an early Christmas present. Love my mother. We love my mother. But why wake me up so early to give me a Christmas present? I'm not 5 anymore. I don't have that ambitions of Santa Claus. Not to the kids that are
Yeet.
watching this. Yeah, Santa Claus isn't real. Sucks a suck, loser. Anyways, yeet.
Oh my god.
Anyways, I think
Amazing.
a lot of this is um to get back on the topic, just not to go on a tangent. I think a lot of this is has to do with um Naomi still, but I don't know about Bianca.
Yeah, sketchy on the Bianca part. I can see that. But maybe that's why it's such a swerve.
You think so?
Maybe. At least that's
I
what
like it.
At least
I
that's
like the
that's my train
idea,
of thought at
but
this point.
I'm not. I'm
That's where I'm
not.
going with it.
I don't. I don't want to go that way just yet. I want to wait. I want to. I want to wait until we get to that point. Because if that does ultimately happen, what I think we do is that we wait. We wait for it. um, during like WrestleMania season, that's when Bianca says, "All right, I'm the one who actually was the one who pushed Jade." Or we get what happens with Dragon Lee, and she gets the footage, and everybody sees it.
Get the footage, con 4K.
Caught in 4K.
Ooh, definitely though. I'm pretty excited to see this whole Jade thing because hopefully it is her time now to step out onto her own. I also did like the idea that you pitched last week of Naomi like turning heel and then teaming up with Lash and Jakara Jackson. Jackson, sorry.
Ooh, forgot about that.
I did like that shout. So definitely want to keep all of that in mind. But
For
with that
sure.
said, we're gonna move on to the first match, right, of the night in the
Yes.
women's United States tournament. It is Tiffy Stratton versus Michin, the first semifinals match of the evening. And Miss Money in the Bank, Tiffy Stratton gains the upper hand after a vicious stomp on the apron. Always fun to see. Stratton guns for the ribs after this because they get hurt the whole time until a DDT is able to stop her. Tiffy fucking dominates though. I'm salty. Like this is me ranting now. I'm
Why?
mad
Why are
about
you
this
salty?
because Tiffany Stratton fucking dominated the entire match. The entire match. She jumps up onto the top rope, hits the PME, the prettiest moonsault ever, because Michin's rolling out of the way. Either she rolled the wrong direction or whatever, but she got hit with the prettiest moonsault ever.
Oh yeah, I noticed
Nonetheless,
that.
no sold it, and hits her dumbass eat defeat finisher and wins the match.
I noticed that. I forgot about. I
I was
completely forgot about
pretty
that.
salty. I understand mistakes happen in wrestling matches, but you just straight up ate Tiffy's finisher and did nothing to sell it.
That's what I'm saying.
Like there, you could have done at least
Absolutely
a
not.
little bit of improv there, where it's like, oh shit, like I'm actually really hurt now, and where Tiffy tries to like roll her over to hit a second one, and there was a way around it. I understand. I'm not a wrestling genius, so maybe it's stupid for me to
It's not,
critique it.
we're not Triple
But
H.
yeah,
We're not WWE creative.
right. But I found it very, very nitpicky for me.
I do how
And
I
more
do
on
like
that.
how I will say that I was just thinking about this.
Mhm.
I do like how all of our feuds have flown like or had not have flown, but are like have gone fluently together. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like just look at it. Let's look at it this way. Drew McIntyre, CM Punk led into Drew McIntyre versus the Bloodline because of Punk. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now we have um. Let's see. What are we at now? Well, bless you.
I was gonna say.
Anyways, now or what else do we have? We have the whole thing with Finn and Gunther and Damian. We have the whole thing with Finn and Dominic. Like, dude, there's just so much. Like, I don't know, man.
It
I
all
do like,
connects. It's
yes,
in
even
some
with,
way.
yeah, I love it, dude. He's geniuses over there up in. I might have to find a job 5 years creative writing, and then I'm going to move up there. I'm going to move into their headquarters.
Yes.
I'm going to go work with them.
We're going to Stanford.
We're going.
Let's do it.
We're going.
We're going. We're going.
We're going. So
Then yeah. Then we go on to
wait,
a
that means we'd have to
replay.
stop the podcast.
Nah.
Nah.
Never. Never. Then we do get a replay now of the tag title drama from last week. It is drama. I would call it drama.
This is
DIY
drama.
in a black and white video. Then this is what it leads into. Johnny talks about that night in Cleveland. We were there for that. When
We
they
were
were
there for
screwed
that.
out of the titles. And he goes, in front of his friends, in front of his family, in front of his own 2-year-old son. He was
Quill.
screwed out of the titles. Quill.
Quill. I fucking love Quill.
Damn.
I don't know if you ever watched Johnny Gargano's vlogs, but Quill, he's a dude. He's cool as fuck. He knows his shit too. He's pretty smart.
Hmm. And he says that after that night, Johnny, he said he'd do anything to right that wrong. He just didn't expect it to be that. Just didn't expect it to be that easy. Ciampa calls out Motor City Machine Guns for getting the red carpet on their arrival, for getting DIY's spot in the tag division immediately. Hell, they didn't even get their tag title rematch after the Guns showed up because all the spotlight went onto them. Johnny is glad Motor City Machine Guns finally got their flowers, but he's just a little upset that it had to be at their funeral. How are we feeling about this tag feud?
Dude, I'm telling you, I've like I told you last night, I've already seen the spoilers for next week, and once you realize something that happens next week with with DIY, I think I think you're gonna like this DIY turn more. It's
Oh
something
yeah,
happens though, so you'll notice it though. You'll notice it for sure.
I'm
But
pretty excited
I
to
think
see.
I think this just adds more, and I love it.
Yeah,
So
definitely cooking. The tag titles have been definitely cooled off a lot. I feel like since like post WrestleMania,
yeah,
like since Austin Truth won it, and since fucking 8 Time Down Under of all people won it.
dude, I was been okay with that if that they would have kept that going on longer.
What?
8 time down under as champions.
Oh yeah.
But it was literally
Uh,
just wasn't a setup for the Bloodline to win them.
mm,
Yeah, it was a setup for Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa to win
yeah,
them,
it
but
was
Tonga
because
Loa
it
couldn't do it
was.
No, he won the match, but he couldn't be the champion, so Jacob had to step in, and then that's when Solo took the title off of Jacob like months later because now Tongaloa was cleared, but because Tongaloa was the one who actually won the championship, and that's when Jacob became the enforcer. I know it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep,
yeah, 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 yeah.
maths.
Maths, WWE math. Hell yes. Hell,
Hell yeah.
speaking of the bloodline, we got a replay now of Solo last week, and he's just ranting about Roman as usual. He's pissed off. It's Solo. He's throwing his tantrum. And then we get our movie of the evening: Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman on a boat dock. On a boat dock.
Hell yeah.
God
That's how
damn
you
it.
do it.
Fucking Roman, man. Chooses the most dramatic backdrop ever. I love it. He goes, that it's been a rough year. Through spring and summer, it all fell apart. Everything. He lost his title. Get a replay of him losing to Cody at Mania. He lost his wise man. See Paul getting put through the announcer's table. He lost his bloodline. Jimmy getting destroyed. Jay going out on his own. He lost the entire bloodline. Most importantly of all, though, more importantly than Jay, more importantly than Jimmy, more importantly than Sam, more importantly than Paul, he lost his Ulafala. God damn it.
I can't wait for LA Night. The
The Ufalafa.
Oofalafa.
Oh my god. 4 years ago, though, Solo, you weren't even here. He didn't take that Ulafala. He earned it. It was given to him by his uncle and by his father, Solo's great uncles. He was crowned with that responsibility by beating the shit out of Jay, by the way. He was crowned with that responsibility, and that responsibility is all he's ever cared about. For everyone else, on January 6th, it's Netflix. For Roman, January 6th is Tribal Combat. Solo's Bloodline 1-1. We get Crown Jewel footage. Roman's Bloodline 1-1. We get War Games footage. He says that we should just leave the tribes on the side and let them spectate. Let it be Tribal Chief versus Tribal Chief. I'm all for that.
I agree too. Give
Hell
me tribal
yes.
combat.
True, proper
I've been
tribal
talking
combat.
about this. I've been talking about this for months.
Mm-hmm. It needs to happen. I feel like it
Okay,
is
it's
time.
exaggerated. Literally, like I think it was like a month and a half,
Mm-hmm.
not months.
He says that on January 6th on Netflix, he takes back his bloodline, his Ulafala, and his respect. Once he has that respect, the whole world will again have no choice but to acknowledge him. I
God,
want Roman kind of to go back heel.
I think we keep it as a
It
face
kind
for
of
right
feels
now.
like that's what he's sort of. He's definitely still a babyface because people are going to cheer him, but he's definitely still trying to play this heel character
Oh, 100
of like,
percent. Yeah,
no matter what, I'm the top dog is what he's trying to get across essentially.
he's Roman
It's like
Reigns, of course.
I own this bitch essentially.
Yeah, that's basically what he's Roman fucking Reigns.
Rome, he's the tribal chief. OTC, OTC,
OTC.
OTC. But yeah, what are thoughts on Tribal Combat now being made official for Netflix?
I've just been asking for it for months. I'm so happy.
Mm-hmm.
I am a little upset though. I didn't get it at WrestleMania.
Man, true
Just
facts. But
saying, could have main evented
it
night
leads me
one.
to wonder, what do they have planned for Roman at WrestleMania then?
Battle of the Ufalafa.
The Battle of the
Solo Sikoa,
Ufalafa
Roman Reigns, The Rock,
and Jacob Fatu.
and Jacob Fox.
Yeah,
Crazy ass mother.
on
Crazy
some
ass
Fatu
mother.
shit.
On some Fatu shit.
Hell yes, I would love that. But then afterwards, we go to Santos Escobar and Legado del Fantasma. Fantasma, not Fantasmo. Fuck. He's ranting to Nick Aldis about not getting any opportunities on SmackDown. Santos wants to call Adam Pearce and talk to him about a potential move to SmackDown. We then see Carmelo
To
Hayes
Raw.
walking by. And Melo basically goes, bro, might as well not even like go out there. Like, it's already wraps for that dude that you sent out there for me to face. because he's got a mystery opponent that he's fighting tonight. And man, oh man, was I hoping it was Penta. I was ultimately wrong, though. But we then go to the ring. We follow Mello basically out to the ring, where he is waiting for his next opponent. And what do we hear? We hear Braun! And Braun Strowman, monster of all monsters, is the man coming out to fight Carmelo Hayes. And nothing Mello does once the match starts affects Braun at all. He charges into the ring post a little bit, does some damage. Braun then literally catches nothing but net mid-air and hits the running power slam for the win, easy as pie. But I want your thoughts on Braun Strowman going to SmackDown now.
What the fuck? He was just on Raw 3 months ago. Where did his trade go? Who is going to Raw for him? Just
Who knows? It's still all unfinished. Like, this trade window is still unfinished and undone. It's all really just started. So we'll see.
That's true.
I'm pretty excited though, because this opens the door potentially just for him to feud with Roman again if Roman stays on SmackDown.
Roman's going to Raw.
I don't know about that. They want some stars there.
I do. I'm confident in it.
Who knows? I'm thinking they're going to at least keep some of their big stars on SmackDown. They're not just going to load it up with mid-carders. They definitely can't. They're going to lose all their viewership. No one's going to want to watch it. But then...
Why you put Gunther on there?
I don't know if Gunther's the big draw man for it, though.
That's why you put...
We'll see, though.
Who else could you put? Shit, realistically, you could throw the White Six on SmackDown.
I would like the White Six to be kind of an inter-brand thing, though.
That would be interesting.
Use them undrafted. Although we really haven't seen that exercised yet. So they probably will end up being drafted to one show. That's just what I would personally like to see. Honestly. And, sorry, after this, we then get Byron Saxton. He's interviewing the megastar L.A. Knight. Yeah. He wants to know how LA Knight plans to handle Solo Sikoa tonight, and Knight wasn't concerned with War Games or any of the Bloodline business when Sami Zayn invited him to it. It had nothing to do with him. He don't even care about that Oomphalafa thing. He's worried about gold. He's not worried about no red necklace. The whole family can go to hell, except for Jey Uso. Yeet. Yeah. I love that part. Solo has let his red necklace get in the way of LA Knight's gold belt, and that means that Knight's fist has to get in the way of Solo's face, whether he has that Oofalafa or not. Whose game is it? L.A. Knight. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't care. After all this time, LA Knight hasn't lost any momentum with me. I still love the guy. He's still so much fun. We then go to the ring. It's time for Solo Sikoa versus LA Knight. Yeah. Solo tries cutting a quick promo before the match starts. The only thing I'm pretty sure he said for the crowd to acknowledge him, but I forgot what city they were in. And then he says, Roman Reigns. I assumed this was going to be him accepting the challenge, but then we get LA Knight's music, of course, like I just said. Yeah. Solo and Knight trade momentum on the outside until Tama pushes Solo to safety, letting him plant Knight on top of the table. Solo at some point hits a drive-by and hypes up a Superman punch, clearly mocking Roman Reigns with all of this. Solo also counters a BFT and runs to the outside, and Knight takes out Fatu and Tama. Wasn't a smart move at the end of the day, though. Knight stops a spike to hit the top rope. Yeah, Bo! Yeah. That's what I'm calling it from now on. Fatu, like a fucking movie villain, though, rises from the ashes and attacks Knight from behind, causes the DQ, because it did it right in front of the referee. Solo, Fatu, and Tama maul Knight in the ring until Andrade El Idolo's music hits. He's accompanied by Apollo Crews, and they did a grand total of fucking nothing. because they got murked, and Solo lays them both out instantly, and they all hold up the ones. Grand total of nothing.
Absolutely
But
fucking nothing.
I like the Bloodline 2.0 looking dominant like this. They're missing Tongaloa right now because he got a boo boo bicep.
It's got a boo boo bicep.
But I also really do like the aesthetic of Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu as two guys behind, because like the three of them together look like, I mean the four of them together already look like a band of killers, but like something about the pairing of Fatu and Tama together as a tag team potentially.
The fucking bloodline. They're
Mm-hmm.
psychos.
Bunch of psychopaths. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. I love you, Solo.
I love you.
Solo. And now Braun Strowman is seen walking backstage. When he is approached, oh my god, this is the best segment of the night. He gets approached by Pretty Deadly because he is the perfect, absolute perfect amount of hideous to play the monster in Pretty Deadly, the musical. He doesn't seem interested at all, though. But
Yes,
my
boy.
god damn it, Broad, come on! Do you not see the opportunity? He
The
doesn't seem
opportunity.
interested though, and walks away. But it's not a no. He never said no.
He never said no.
A Town down under Shoe Byron away as he tries to interview Braun, and they then invite him onto the Grayson Waller effect next week. To which he actually accepts this. So I guess next week we're gonna get the Grayson Waller effect with the monster of all monsters there.
That's one big SOB.
One big SOB. One big SOB. Hell yes. Now, Bailey and Chelsea Green come up next. It is the second match in the United States Championship women semifinals in the tournament. I can speak English, I swear to God. I may stutter sometimes, but I'm not dyslexic. And we can all agree Chelsea Green, the right winner, walks out of this match. We all know it. An instant Bailey to belly, though, makes Green melt down until they trade a shitload of roll ups. Bailey stays aggressive with sliding DDTs and a suplex on the floor, but Piper tells Chelsea to go up for the Piper bomb, but Green misses and is power bombed to the corner. Green scores a Rough Rider as well for a near fall out of nowhere. Almost hits a macho elbow, does Bailey, but Piper saves Chelsea, pulling her out of the ring. Don't know how that didn't cause a DQ. Bailey almost gets counted out before she's hit with the unpretty her in the ring, though. And I put the note down. God, please give her the belt before we saw Saturday night's main event. And they did it. Hell yes, my man. I bet you were pretty excited when you saw Chelsea win, though, right?
No.
Ah,
And in that moment, you know what? You know how I knew my
ah,
pick for Saturday Night's main event was right? Was
ah,
that moment right there?
damn it. Just felt my soul get crushed.
No, I was not happy.
It's all right. I was happy enough for both of us. And of course, now Motor City Machine Guns. They're pissed off. They're in black and white as well, but they're pissed about what DIY did last week. But they understand. They have targets on their backs. They were the tag champs after all. They expected it from the Profits. They expected it from everyone. They even expected it from Champa, but not Johnny Gargano. 18 years of friendship was thrown away with just one super kick. That is not the same Johnny Gargano that Alex Shelley brought into this industry 18 years ago. And it's not about the tag titles anymore. Now it's just about having a fight.
God.
Oh God, I'm excited to see what you mentioned earlier about the tag title DIY situation. What happens next week on SmackDown? Of course, that has been recorded already. Recorded after this
Brian.
show that we're talking about.
Yeah. Wait. What show are you talking about?
About SmackDown.
Next week?
Yeah, this upcoming SmackDown
Yeah,
next week
it
was
has to do
recorded
with
after the one that
DIY.
we're talking about.
Has to do with DIY. I think that Motor City Machine Guns are tied into it, but don't quote me on that because I don't know.
We shall see.
I
And
don't remember reading too
Shinsuke,
much into it.
mayhaps. Our United States champion has a video next. It's Shinsuke Nakamura, and he says that everyone will fall at his feet. And LA Knight was just the beginning. He says he is imminent and he is inevitable. Inevitable. I'm like, bro, why is he talking like Thanos right now? Like, for real. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, okay, chill out, movie villain. You're waiting for your backstory now. And hell, I know Tiffy's villain backstory. It's her walking backstage, sad about her loss, when Nia tries cheering her up, saying she did her best. But hell, not everyone's meant to be a singles champion. Of all people, saying that to miss Money in the Bank. Candice
That
walks
is Tiffy
in.
time all the time.
It's Tiffy time all the time. She's about to find out the hard way, too. Candice walks in and she's shitting all over Tiffy and says that she got her and Nia a tag title match next week from nowhere. But all right, I'm down with it.
If
And
you're not down with that, we got
we
two
got
words
two
for you.
words for ya.
Suck
Suck
it.
it. She says that maybe singles wrestling just isn't Tiffy's style after all. And she
Ooh,
walks off with Nia. Ooh. And
ooh.
Tiffy, she just looks at her. She holds up the briefcase for a second, just looking at it like, it's almost time. I feel like it's almost time.
It's almost time.
I'll be pretty
It
excited when
is
Tiffy does cash that
Tiffy
in.
time.
Tiffy time, all the
All the
time.
time.
Then a rundown for Saturday night's main event card is played next. And the main event segment, I was pretty excited for this. It was Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens with Michael Cole mediating the whole thing. And they were just going to have a conversation before the whole match on Saturday that we saw. Kevin doesn't show up though when his name is called out, and Cody still wants to conduct the interview like professionals. And Cody gets asked about the gift Triple H gave him earlier in the night. And Kevin Owens, though, from a video, from his car actually, a video from his car, he doesn't care about it. Doesn't care about that gift. He wants Michael to ask a real question to Cody. A question like, how can Cody be okay with using his friends to finish his stupid story, then be okay by spitting in his face by teaming with Roman Reigns? He tells Cody to be honest and say that it's because he's a bad friend. He's as bad a friend as he is a son and as bad of a brother. Truth is, no matter how many main events he has, no matter how long his title reign is, or how many titles he wins, he was always more interesting as Stardust. Oh, okay, okay. Fuck that. That is just not facts. Fuck
He was just
Stardust.
glazing Kevin Owens. I mean,
What?
you were just
Wait, so
glazing
you're?
Kevin Owens.
I was not glazing nobody,
You were
actually.
glazing Kevin earlier.
That is just not the definition of glazing. I was defending Kevin Owens' situation. And Cody is a bit shaken by the comment. Understandably, it's Stardust. It seems, and says that he's going to go find Kevin to finish this interview, this conversation, in person. And as he walks backstage, past Gorilla, up the same way, past Triple H, he's jumped by Kevin Owens wearing a damn Stardust t-shirt, and they fight back towards the ring, down the ramp, and officials can't keep them apart. And they're scrapping for a little bit. They get knocked to the floor until Kevin grabs the title belt and clocks Cody in the face with it, knocking him out with the belt, and Kevin stands over him, our fallen champion, as the show closes. That was kind of a moment where I was like, I don't know if Kevin's actually going to win now. I
Mm.
really like that. Like I liked Kevin in all of this, but it was like they're really going to give him that like closing shot of him standing over Cody. Like I don't think he's going to win now. Turns out I was right, but I would have loved to see Kevin win it, the paper or not pay per view, the special.
The
How about you?
PLE. No, yeah, it was fight that mess special, not PLE. I was genuinely okay with Kevin losing, but I also wouldn't have been upset if he would have won
Mm-hmm.
in the same breath. So, really is ultimately up to what we see this coming week. I've seen it. I don't really know what it is. I haven't seen like videos or anything. I haven't seen pictures. I've just seen like written spoilers. So this coming Friday is gonna be interesting. Regardless, even if I didn't know spoilers, I think it's still gonna be interesting. I mean, we're coming off Saturday night's main event. We get to see our new women's U.S. champion, Chelsea Green, live.
Chelsea Green.
I would
Put some
hope.
respect on that name.
Put some respect on her name for real. Come on now, let me talk to you. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I was pretty satisfied with everything on the show. It was a pretty good go home show, all in all, for Saturday night's main event. Saturday night's main event was a pretty good show in general. Bless you.
Yeah. Thank you.
But
God bless it.
that's all that I really have for this review. How about you?
Same here, dude. That's all I got.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for listening to the AR Wrestling Podcast. Stay on the lookout on the YouTube and all of our regular platforms. We've got 2024 review show coming out. It's in the process right now. We got lists being written down, and we're going to get that recorded here in the next few weeks, get it uploaded soon. Be on the lookout for Saturday night's main event reaction show, as well as Royal Rumble prediction. Well, should we do a prediction show for the Raw on Netflix?
I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll come to that when we think.
We'll see, but be on the lookout for Royal Rumble predictions and all of that as well when the season gets to it. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all go to our socials. Go to X, it's AR Wrestling _, Instagram AR _ Wrestling _. Go to Apple, iHeart, Spotify, Podbean, type in AR Wrestling, maybe AR Wrestling Podcast if it doesn't show up with the first one. Go into YouTube, type in AR Wrestling 1020. We upload all of our episodes there as well. And ladies and gentlemen, a thank you!
Thank you!